My main goal throughout my life was to have my own herd of cattle. The main reason that I'm in Montana, I'm close to my grandchildren, and I have a daughter and a stepdaughter and a son. And when I moved up here, all my grandchildren were in this area. I'm 5.5 miles from them. And I'd like to get all of them have a chance to have some Angus cattle, follow it if they want to, sell them when they want to. I was really interested in learning more about Angus cattle. I had had the opportunity to visit some pioneer Angus breeders while I was with Polled Hereford. I was collecting carcass data. If I was and at Michigan State, if I was in an area where there's a major herd, I would go visit them as well as some of the Polled Hereford breeders. And I thought that was a great opportunity to learn more about the Angus breed, the bloodlines, the breeders. And that, more than anything else, was the appeal to me. I don't know exactly how it came to pass, but I heard about the Angus Association was looking for an executive officer, and I sent in an application, was interviewed, and hired. From then, I felt like that was a great opportunity to learn about Angus cattle and Angus breeders, and I thought it was natural that the Breed Association should have their own publication, and it was the best way to reach members. And we weren't far into discussing this till we found out that the Angus Journal could be purchased. And so a group of board members and I flew up there and talked with, I think it was the Haynes family, and negotiated a deal. But when we started out, Angus Journal was not very popular because we didn't hire some of the people that were with the Angus Journal beforehand, and they started their own publication, Blacks Unlimited, to compete with us. And there were a lot of board members, I'll say some board members that were sure we'd done the wrong thing. And we had a tough time getting advertising at some times. We had the idea we were going to make it a really first-class publication, but what they've done to it and what's happened to it since I left there is much greater than we ever dreamed it would be. You know, Mick Colvin and Fred Johnson had basically got CAB approved by the board, and it wasn't very long that they got shut down by USDA. Part of that was because of breed politics, I think, and the fact it was one breed. And at that time, the board, some of the board members had questions about the program, the cost of the program, the fact that it would come out and, that it would ever be profitable. And my opinion was that it had such a long-range potential that had the potential to make the Angus breed something nobody else could ever match. And fortunately, I think that did materialize. And so we had a multi-fronted operation, and it wasn't just me. There were a lot of people working on that. Some people give me more credit than I deserve for several of these things. But I hope that people realize that I was trying to be honest and straightforward and aggressive. And every problem that came up, whether it was non-traditional cattle or Angus Journal or Certified Angus Beef or Angus Foundation or the Junior Association, which we moved, prior it had been part of the promotion department, not promotion, the activities department. And we made it a separate department. But all those things we thought had the potential of increasing the influence of the Angus breed and making Angus breeders more competitive. And when I say we, that was a combination of the board members and the staff. And I was very proud of the staff we had. When I was working for the Angus Association, and I was doing different things for different people, etc., trying to keep the Certified Angus Beef program alive, I never thought about any recognition. I was just trying to do, to the best of my ability, what was set before me. In retrospect, though, I think it means more to my kids